with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, cameras, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will grow. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools, anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best, and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clever D, the Combat G, and the Sports Professor.
Wrong fonts.
Yo, what is up, friends? You know who it is. We are here, Ball and Buds. It is yours truly, Omar, the Sports Professor Fonseca, and the star of the show, Clever D, the Combat G, your boxing and UFC insider. Here today, we are going to preview UFC 308. We will also talk about all the updated MMA and boxing news, including what's next for all of the recent fights in both of those communities. And we will also have our fan mailbag. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Make sure you are subscribed at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, on YouTube. And also make sure you subscribe to Clubber D's TikTok. That's at Clubber.D. That's a period between the Clubber and the D. And no, I don't think he's talking about your mama. How you feeling today, my brother?
Yeah, that was a good one, Omar, because I was about to say that period stops you from being a man sometimes, but you know what I mean? But we're back, okay? Spotty service or not, we're back in this mug. A nice hat you got there, Omar, if anyone caught that joke right there, but you probably didn't because you're slow. But Omar, I like that hat you got there. That's pretty nice. What does that say?
Well, my friend, I saw that you looked like you were going to a basketball game tonight, and I know your near and dear to your heart Super Team Suns are playing tonight, so I decided to rock a little bit of champion Celtics wear, which I know your team aspires to be one of those.
I mean, I could play live, you know what I'm saying? If I could play live or 2K, you know, the Suns will make the chip and I can get it, because I thought, you know, right now, Ryan Dunn's going to be Rookie of the Year. I said it. I've been playing 2K lately, so I'm going to boost his levels up to become Rookie of the Year. But actually, I don't play 2K. I don't play basketball games. But it's okay. It's okay. We're all right. It's a combat show. We're not here to talk about sports. How dare?
That's still a something to bet on. If you all are out there in the betting community, want to place a flyer or on a sleeper, Ryan Dunn for Rookie of the Year. But I would definitely place your bet on the Celtics repeating, because I don't see any way that doesn't happen, even if there were injuries. It had to be multiple injuries. And God forbid that happens. So anyways, how are things going up in your area? I heard, and we'll talk about this a little later, but you were telling me you were at a recent boxing event. Do you want to shout them out, and then we'll get into it later?
Yeah, shout out to Lamar Roach Sr. His son, Lamar Roach Jr., will be fighting Tank Davis. I think it's December 15th down in Texas. I wish the fight was up here, because you got somebody from DC, somebody from Baltimore. Been a great fight here up in the DMV. Could have had that up at Capital One Arena where the Wizards play. But his son, his dad put on a great promotion. Go on IG and add No Excuse Promotions, okay? They put on great fights over at Rosecroft, where they have the horse racing and everything, but they had a great venue. A lot of people were there. I was hanging out with Josh from 86 Boxing. I got to meet man Ray and Wale from Urban Sports Ray. Add them on IG. Good people. Got to meet a legend in the community, a guy who interviews just about everybody. Light Skin Lou. This guy is amazing. Find him on IG.
Not Light Skin Lou.
He is the man. This guy, I'm telling you, from high school football to boxing. He's like
I like
he's
high
like
school,
the DMV
man.
wild card Mar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's out there. He'd be on the field doing all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a great experience. Got to see some great fighters. I think Jordan Roach, Lamont Roach Jr.'s Lamont Roach's brother. Lamont. I keep saying Lamont, like Lamont Sanford. Anyways, but his brother fought, knocked the dude out. I felt bad because this prospects card put on a lot of good fighters from the DMV, and they're all young. And the guys they put in there, I'm not going to say tomato cans because a lot of these fights were very competitive and a lot of these records were pretty close. But damn, some of these ass whoopings, good grief! I'll tell you right now.
That's funny that you say that, because as you have been as well going to many events, boxing events, and expanding your outreach as well have I, as we know, with the Country Box. So shout out to Country Box here in Nashville. Y'all make sure you subscribe to them. November 5th is when they have their next bout here in Nashville, Tennessee. But also, I say that laughing because the same thing is kind of in that promotion as well. You see a lot of veterans trying to still make their way. That's what I'll say because I don't want to disparage anyone due to lack of effort, because that would never be the case. That being said, I did get your comment. I cannot share to Facebook though, so if you wouldn't mind doing that while I set up the next thing. If you
I did.
Oh, you did? All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I see what you're saying. Got it.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I'll talk about that.
Yeah, because I'm not able to follow on there. So, but anyways, thank you all again for tuning in. Make sure you are subscribed at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. My shout out goes to David Dubois and Team Mission Dubois, the Walk for ALS, to get rid of this horrible and deadly disease. Make sure you subscribe to the blog, David's ALS Journey. It's a really good cause. Again, just trying to help defeat this disease of ALS. So make sure y'all follow Mission Dubois in that journey as well to support them. And yeah, so again, Ball and Buds is moving up in the world. We're going out to a lot of shows. We're doing what's good? What is up, brother?
What up, John?
Good old John on the show. Checking in. Try not to say anything that may get us canceled this time, John.
Yeah, chill.
Get that? I know. Last time too, you were like, "Man, I can't believe they made me delete that comment." Yeah, we got a warning too, buddy.
yeah. Let's not do that again.
But we still love you anyways. What are you drinking on, brother?
What's a good question? Well, so this is the last of the collab we had up here for Juneteenth. Is Iron Sims, named after Henry Sims, the first black, I want to say entrepreneur or something like that, in Vienna, Virginia. But it was collaboration with Black Viking, Soul Mega, a couple other black-owned spirit beer makers in the area. I like to support whenever I can.
Okay.
But I'm just sipping, and I'm also sipping out of my. I think this is who made this? 17% drip. A nice glassware, black owned, out of Dallas, Texas. I believe he's in Dallas, Texas, one of the two. But yeah, Run the Hops, kind of like Run the Jewels. Kind of like I'll be running some of those mama's panties later, but that's another story.
Woo!
But yeah, we like to keep the culture on this side. We like to keep it, keep the money within.
I like it. I like the art. Yeah, thank everybody again for tuning in. What is up, our brother Jason? Yes, tuning in.
Oh, look at Jason.
You don't need to apologize, brother. You don't need to apologize, but we did get a warning, so we're just gonna need to, but that's okay. You don't need to apologize. We didn't get in no trouble. All right, let's keep this party moving. Let's get into before we get into UFC 308. We had the previous event, UFC 307, obviously. Mm-hmm. And the main event there was Alex Pereira defeating Khalil Roundtree by TKO strikes in round 4. But I know that you wanted to touch on a couple other fighters in here, so I'm going to list off those fights and just give us your thoughts on these, your quick thoughts on these fights. First of all, I know you love her. Miss Kayla Harrison defeated Kelsey Vieira by unanimous decision. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a fight I believe I called. Got right at that card. I think I only missed like two. I think the main event was a stretch, but I'd explain it. I was able to explain myself why I went with Khalil Roundtree in that Aldo fight that they called for other dude. Aldo won that fight. Everybody knows that. But yeah, Kayla Harrison, she's probably gonna be next in line for Julia Pena if they don't run that back with Pennington. But yeah, I knew she was gonna. I had a feeling she was gonna win this one. You know, her judo and how strong she is. Like they call her like a female Brock Lesnar. So I thought I had a feeling she's going to run through her. You know what I'm saying? But she's going to be a name on the rise. I will not be shocked if they do not run her back with Raquel. She will get the next title shot going against Julia Pena.
That was my question because it was so close. It was a split decision. Do you believe that's what they will do next? Is run that back, or do you think they'll have interim competitors in the meantime?
I think they'll run with Kayla because you know how Dana White is. Now it was a close fight towards the beginning, but I didn't have Pena winning it. To be honest with you, even though I picked her to win the fight. But you know how Dana White is. Kayla Harrison is a star, and she is somebody that he could market. So he probably will tell Raquel Pennington go ahead and play in the corner for a second and just let them fight because you know how he is. He's all about making money and putting asses in the seats. He wants Samantha going to Wegmans and say, "Hey, you see that Kayla Harrison fight?" He wants her to say that. He wants Janice that goes to Food Line to say, "Hey, you see that Kayla Harrison fight the other day?" They want the Commodores to say that stuff. So if that's not going to happen with Raquel Pennington, okay, but Kayla Harrison kind of moves the needle a little bit. So I'd say I'm 92% sure that that's going to be the next fight.
Now, how do you feel about your boy Aldo? Because obviously he's one of your favorite of all time, but he barely lost here to Bautista. Now, it's not like Bautista is, a main eventer or anything, but, does he keep fighting or what does he do? Because right now it seems like he's going to start going into gatekeeper territory at some point.
After that fight, I either run it back or give him somebody with the same or similar caliber. He could still go. It wasn't his fault that he lost. Bautista just didn't want to engage. He was backing up. Aldo was stopping him. Aldo was stalking him down. Bautista had maybe the round one, but after that, Aldo took over. It's one of those fights where even though he lost, he really won because everybody was booing, and I believe even Dana White said he thought he won. So I would still keep him there. He's not like in that Kevin Holland area just yet, but I would keep Aldo right there. Fight somebody in like a top 5 to 10. In that range, 5 to 10 range,
Which, by the way, that's a great point out right there, right? You also mentioned the fight right before that, Kevin Holland, injury stoppage. What do you think? What are your thoughts about that fight? Injury stoppage in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, he did. I think it was substantial. I think he did break his rib. I think it wasn't legit.
It looked bad at the time.
Yeah,
looked bad.
But. I mean, it is what it is with Kevin Holland. He's a lovable gatekeeper. He's somebody that can, he'll put on a good show. He'll talk a lot of shit. He'll do what he has to do to get the crowd going.
He's gonna throw those dick beaters. I love him.
He's something. He throws something all right over there. He either pause 1-2, what you're saying, but yeah. So he's Kevin Holland. I mean, he'll come back. He'll definitely come back because he's a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? He's like 3 notches below a Nate Diaz. I'll say that.
Okay. And then finally, the main event. You already talked about the co-main event with the ladies. The main event, Alex Pereira defeating Khalil Roundtree, 4:32 of the 4th round. So almost at the end of the 4th round. TKO'd him. What are your thoughts?
I mean, first 2 rounds, arguably, could have gone Roundtree's way. He did knock him down in the second round. He caught him with his forearm when Pereira did like a spin move. The reason why I sent you my picks and I said Roundtree, I thought Roundtree would win is because this is a fight that Pereira didn't have to do. Okay. Roundtree, I think, was ranked like 7th. And this is Pereira's 2nd or 3rd title defense in the last 7 months or whatever. It's a get busy fight. He wants to stay busy, but Pereira's 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? He did not have to take this fight. So 2 things that I think they're trying to get him to get to that record as far as just building him up, as far as many title defenses in a certain amount of months. Maybe pointing finger at John Jones, what the hell you doing? That's another story. Or also Roundtree is similar to like a Leon Edwards type, to where it's all about confidence. If he's confident, he can win, and his strikes are deadly. He's getting man to Thailand, got better on his Muay Thai, and he'll stand with you. He'll kick with you. But the thing is, Pereira's he's like similar to John Jones at that weight class. The man's like 6'4" and long as hell, falls. And his kicks are deadly. That calf kick is debilitating. He hits that nerve, and you're lipping around. You're doing the stanky leg. So I just felt like, oh yeah, like Rashad Evans against Leo Machida. So I feel like it was one of those fights where he could have got caught and went down, which he did go down, but he got back up. And Dana White, you can mark a Pereira because there's somebody fighting on this card that he don't want Pereira to fight because Pereira's wrestling is garbage. It's terrible. It's not good. So you keep him in there with people that can stand up, and he's gonna take them all out. So I see what Dana White is doing. Don't be surprised if Pereira might move up to heavyweight either probably next year if he has maybe 1-2 title defenses, but I think he might move to heavyweight. I can see that already.
So speak on that. Who are you alluding to there?
I'll wait to our card. Or do we go over to 308? Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody checking in. How did you feel about UFC 307? Alex Pereira with the TKO. I'm going to follow up with the professor's question. You mentioned John Jones twice in that analysis, that astute and beautiful analysis you just gave us.
John Jones. Oh my bad. That was awful. I know. I accept it.
What's the number? I don't know Mike Jones's number like most people do.
Dale knows it.
Dale knows Mike Jones.
Snail knows it.
If you know Mike Jones' number, please send it in the comments so we can remember. All right.
So just to do like back Insider Baseball, we had a chat one time and a fellow was going around saying they need the help and can I get your number? One of those people, them dusty friends that are broke that'll do you like the copy and paste scam, and they were like, hey, I really need your help. They're like, what you need? Blah 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 blah. What's your number? And then they'll put Mike Jones's number on there.
Stupid.
All our friends know who we're talking about. We all know who we're talking about. I'm not gonna say that. I'll leave it at that.
That was great. For everybody, we enjoy you. Thank you for tuning in.
Don't come begging. We ain't giving you shit. Don't come begging. All right.
Talk on it. Hey, everybody, hit that like button right now. I see you. Thank you for those likes that came in. Hit that like, hit that love, whatever it is that you want to hit. Drop a comment for us. Let us know you're here, listening and watching. We really appreciate you again. Ball and Buds, BALLA.
Shout out to Bajuwan Malave, my man.
Ooh, my brother. Bye.
Yeah, that's my guy over there. We're gonna cook something pretty soon. But yeah, let's keep it rolling.
I like it. All right, well, that's exactly right. Let's keep it moving to UFC 308 this Saturday from Abu Dhabi, the Etihad Arena. The main event will be Illia Topuria putting his title up against the former champ, Max Holloway. And then in the co-main event, we have the ex-UFC middleweight title holder, Robert Whitaker, one of your favorites, I know. He's a tough fighter, facing off Khamzat Chimaev. And these bouts occur. There's a possible title eliminator earlier in the card. Magomed Ankalaev against Rakic. Rakic, yep. And then so this is going to be a stacked and packed card, as we will expect when they go overseas. So let's go ahead and I know we're obviously going to talk about the co and the main event, but do you want to talk about eliminator? Am I here?
There you go. All right, now we're back. Yeah, there we go. You're back. You shot yours.
Cool. No, I was saying. What happened?
No, you're saying what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So no, I was saying. Okay. No, go ahead and talk about the Ankalaev versus Rakic fight, please.
All right. So that's who I was talking about earlier. Who I think Dana White is hiding from Alex Pereira is Magomedov Ankalaev. I'm going to butcher his name, so I'm going to say Magomed. But he's part of the Dagestan wrestling crew with Khabib and the rest of them. So he's only had one loss in the UFC, and that was a last-minute submission to Paul Craig in London, okay? Since then, he's torn through just about everybody in the UFC. He's just like all the other 205ers, he's knocked out Johnny Walker. That was the last fight when he fought over in Abu Dhabi. And he had a draw with Jan Blachowicz, who got the belt. That was his title. I think it was his title fight against Jan Blachowicz, and he had a draw with him, which is a pretty boring fight. This guy's a A1 superstar wrestler, okay? And that's who you do not want Pereira to fight. You can't have him fight a wrestler, because when he fought Jan Blachowicz, I thought Jan Blachowicz won that fight, but they gave it to Pereira. It was his first fight at 205, but you can't have him fight a wrestler. So if he fights a wrestler, it'd be just like when Sugar Shane just lost to the Machine Marat recently, okay? And that's who Dana White didn't want him to fight. So that's the cash cow. Keep the cash cow away from the villain, Magomed. But yeah, Rakic, he's the one that's in that highlight where Khalil Rountree does that John Jones oblique kick and kicked the side of his kneecap and basically shredded his knee. I think that move should be illegal. John Jones is doing it against Rampage. Rampage says he still limps to this day, but he's a good fighter out of Serbia. He knocked out Dominic Reyes pretty bad a couple years ago, but this is a good fight at 205. Magomed should win because they're fighting in Abu Dhabi, and he's gonna have the power.
I mean, you mentioned that he beat two former heavyweight champions. Yeah.
Sorry?
You mentioned that he beat two former champions. Okay.
Who, Magomed?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, to get to this point. Right, to get to this point, right?
No, he fought Jan Blachowicz.
Right.
I think you might be off there, buddy, or slow down or something. No, yeah. Why don't you get out and come back in or something? But yeah, so Magomed, yeah. So this fight, he should get Rakic. He should beat him. But I just feel like they're slowing. He's gonna ascend up to become champion if he beats Rakic, and then finally goes against Alex Pereira as Omar hops out and hops back in because he was pop locking and doing all that stuff. I don't know what the hell he was saying, but But anyways, I'm gonna talk to you guys. But yeah, this fight, I'm pretty pissed because the Serial Gone fight is off on this card. That was gonna be another good banger. We got Jeff Neal going against Rafael dos Santos. That's gonna be a pretty good card. And I got Jeff Neal winning that. You back? We good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, there we good. Now we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah,
I got Magomed witness.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, that was my and before, I don't know what happened there. The internet was fine, and then all of a sudden it went haywire. But before my internet went haywire, my apologies, everybody. I just wanted you to go into that because I knew that that's who you were alluding to. That has the offensive wrestling that would give Alex Pereira fit. So since I knew that's why you had kind of alluded to him earlier, that's why I brought that fight up and wanted to see what your thoughts were on that. And what I was trying to mention when I was interluding and my internet was messing up, I was trying to say that I was agreeing with you and backing you up that when he beat Prochazka and when he and the other one Blachowicz, or when he fought them, excuse me, that both of those fights really prepared him for this fight that he's taking in this card here. That's what I was trying to get at before I was.
I don't think he fought Yuri. I don't think he fought him.
Did he not? I thought he fought both of them.
No, he fought Jan Blachowicz, but he didn't fight Yuri. He's fought only like Ozdemir. He fought him. He's fought Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos.
Okay, so I was mistaken then. Okay, my bad. I thought he fought both of them. My bad. Okay, all right, cool.
But he's next in line, and they're hiding because his wrestling is it's up there, and he'll take it'll be embarrassing for Alex Pereira, unfortunately.
Awesome.
But
all right, well,
he does have a detonator.
What do you think for that though? You mentioned earlier you think he might escape to heavyweight? Do you think that is something that Dana White will let him do, or do you believe that he'll have them fight first before that?
I think it depends on what happens next month in New York. The day after Tyson fights Jake Paul is going to be John Jones versus Stipe Miocic in New York. So I think that's really going to depend on what happens with that fight. The money fight will be if he moves up, fights John Jones. If John Jones doesn't retire, yes, you do have the interim champion from England. His name is drawing a blank, But you have him right there waiting, who John Jones should be fighting.
Aspinall.
Tom Aspinall. He's right there. But I feel like John Jones. I mean, Stipe should be fighting that fight, but we'll get into that when that week, because that will go to the Tyson fight too. But we'll go where I'm gonna go in on that one. That don't make no sense. But yeah, John Jones getting another gimme. But I tell you guys right now, I can't bet against John Jones. It's against my religion. I can't do it. So much as I want to see him lose, he always wins. So
yeah.
Always win.
If you've been watching this program for the past 2 years, we are coming up on our 2nd year anniversary of doing this show. If you've been watching that, you will know Clubber D's distaste for John Jones's activities outside of the ring, but is very much a proponent and advocate of his skills and legendary status inside of the ring. Would I be correct in saying that, sir?
Inside the cage, he is the man. If he's not eye poking or kicking knees, he's the man. You can't beat him. You know what I'm saying? I've only seen that man in my eyes. I thought he lost 3 times. No, sorry, 2 times. It just didn't go. Dominic Reyes and Gustafsson. I thought he lost those fights. They were close. Thiago Santos is another one I thought he lost, but it is what it is. He still got the nod, so I'm not going to argue that. He's undefeated. Only loss he had, I think, should be taken away, was the Matt Hamill 12-degree elbow strike, which was stupid. He's beating Matt Hamill's ass anyways. But he's the man. He's beat a who's who at 205. So.
All right. Well, let's get into that co-main event. Then we have at middleweight, again, Robert Whittaker. Obviously, at this point, very much so a gatekeeper, but a freaking warrior. And so finally, Chimaev, was very shiny there for a while. A little bit of that shine has dulled for some fans out there on the internet. And again, anyways, Chimaev's most recent victory was against Kamaru Usman, but that bout happened at middleweight. Now Chimaev is facing another ex-champ, this one a true middleweight, and Whittaker, right? Again, is just a warrior that is going to bring it all to the ring and give everything he has. So, what are your thoughts on this huge main event, co-main event?
Well, Hamzat, as my dog is about to get kicked out of my room here in a second. Hamzat, I'll put it like this: the man's 13-0. Okay, he's 30 years old now. He came into UFC. He fought twice at 2 different weight classes in 10 days, back in 2020, and then turned around in 3 months, fought at another weight class and ran through homeboy in September. I think Jared Mershat. I probably messed his name up. But so when he came into UFC, he was like the man, run through everybody. Okay, 3 fights in like a 3-month span. Okay, that's unheard of. Now, the issue with him is since then, he's literally fought basically once a year. The last time he's fought has literally been a year, and it's gonna be 5 days when he fought Kamaru Usman at a catchweight of 180. He was supposed to fight, and then he had COVID real bad. He sat out for a while, and then he was supposed to fight Nate Diaz, missed weight by 9 pounds, and then ran through Kevin Holland. Fought Gilbert Burns, which was a great fight. That fight with Gilbert Burns was very good. Excuse me. And there's issues with him because Khabib basically said that he's hanging around the wrong people. He needs to start hanging around more Muslims, and so he's moved. Yeah, he's wilding out, drinking too much, doing whatever. But he's moved to Abu Dhabi. He lives there now. I don't know if he could fight in America right now. I really do not think he could fight in America because he hangs out. He's sweet. He's Sweden. He's wrestled and won gold for a Swedish national team, or I don't know if it's a national team, but he's won gold for Swedish wrestling. But he's Chesnian, and the Chesnian dictator is on the list of America. Like, we can't really mess with that guy. So I don't think he's allowed back in America. After he wins, he likes to yell Allah Akbar, which is perfectly fine. But you know how these good old boys in America are when you yell things that they don't understand.
Like that,
yeah. If it's not what you gotta be Jesus, God darn it. Yeah, if it ain't that stuff, they're gonna get mad at you. So, this is his second fight in over a year, and I'm not a fan of what's going on with his career because it's like you're fight. He's not young. He's always young, but he's 30. He's 30 years old. Fighting once every year is not really good. You know what I'm saying? It's not that great.
Yep.
You're fighting Robert Whitaker, who fought there last year and knocked out Ikram in one round, knocked him out. Okay, he's on 2-fight winning streak since losing to Duplessis, and he's a champion right now. So Robert Whitaker, he's still up in that upper echelon of he's still a top fighter at middleweight. He's only 33 years old, so he's not that. He's still still a little ways to go. His last 8 fights, he's 6-2. Only losses were to I believe it was Izzy and Duplessis. So he's still, to me, I think he's still up there as a good middle-weight fighter. This is going to be a real big test for Chimaev. If he stands up and what is going on over there?
I was trying to
Chimaev does
right.
what he does. Yeah, just chill for a second. If Chimaev does what he did last time with Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, he might go to sleep because Kamaru took that fight on 2 weeks' notice and still almost won if it was a couple more rounds. So, but Usman's a way superior wrestler. And he's not even a middleweight. It was a catchweight at 180. So what does that tell you about Chimaev? But for this fight, for Bobby Knuckles, for the Reaper, now you can hit it. For the Reaper,
clubs bangers. Clubs bangers.
I'm still going with Chimaev. I got Chimaev. It's going to be a third round knockout. But yeah, I don't know why I said knockout. Take that away. It's going to be a third round submission. Yeah, or TKO. I don't think he's going to knock him out. But yeah, Chimaev. I love Robert Whitaker, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Well, there you go. Make sure you put in your bets at whatever service you love, FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, whatever it is. Make sure you put that in third round submission and or TKO, your choice there, for Khamzat Chimaev. And now we move to the main event of the evening. The featherweight championship of the world. Illia Topuria, proven himself to be a light-out finisher, 8 submissions and 5 KOs in his 15 wins. But his challenger has not been knocked out in a 33-fight career and has only been finished once, tapping to Dustin Poirier's triangle armbar in his UFC debut 12 years ago. So Max is just a legend. And so what are your thoughts on this awesome main event?
Well, I wrote down some stuff here because I didn't feel like wearing my glasses. I took my contacts out because I left my contact case over at someone's mom's house, so I got to go get that pretty soon. And whoever's it is, bring that distilled water over here because I forgot that too for my CPAP machine. But
has a name label and a number on the inside.
Name label and how good the water is going to be. You know what I'm saying? And look here, y'all. Some of y'all women be acting like y'all don't be snoring, okay? Some of y'all like, you wear CPAP. You be cranking too. Some of y'all be snoring, got the feather going up and down. Y'all need to get checked out too, okay?
The cartoon.
And the feather just be going up and down and stuff like that. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I was with this one young lady. She fell asleep under the covers. I thought she don't fart because the covers done started going up and down. After, man, she what is that? Let's not. I'm getting sidetracked. I be getting sidetracked sometimes. Think about stuff. But anyways, I had to write this down.
Dutch oven, son.
Yeah, it was Dutch oven. That breath was funky too, boy. I tell you what, throw an alto down there. But look here, Max Holloway. Let me stop him, boy. Make me laugh. Now, Max Holloway. All right, his 7th professional fight was in the UFC. His debut was against Dustin Poirier, and he lost. This guy has fought a who's who. Okay, he has a total of 29 UFC fights. Hush, sir. That's you probably a snore right there. Anyways, he has a total. Shoot, kick my ass. He has a total of 29 UFC fights. Okay, 29. All right. This guy has fought, like I said, he's fought a who's who. I had to write this down because I'm getting up there in age. This will be his. If you're counting the BMF title, this will be his 11th title fight. Okay, out of 29 UFC fights, this is going to be his 11th title fight. counting the BMF champion that we saw together. We were in Nashville. We knocked out. We knocked out
pretty
Justin
crazy.
Gagey at the last second. Everybody was going crazy. We were in Nashville. We were at a bar. The fight was going on. He said, "Let's see me right here." Knocked him out. I look over. I saw somebody throw a baby in the air. I don't know if they caught the baby, but somebody threw a baby in the air. They were so happy. I've never seen that before in my life. Only in Nashville, hanging out with Omar, where somebody throws a baby in the air, reacting to a damn fight. That's wild. That's crazy. We were the only.
I remember that. That was almost Friday.
Yeah, that was a great venue. But let's get back to this guy. He's lost to Volkanovski 3 times. Fought him three times. He's fought Dustin Poirier 2 times, I believe. He's fought Conor McGregor. He's fought Jose Aldo. He's fought Omar Fonseca once. You name it, he's fought the man. Okay, he's fought everybody at featherweight. He's probably going down as the best featherweight of all time. You can put Volkanovski 1A, 1B. Anyways, he's going for that strap again at age 32. He's still doing this, and I wish the fight that never happens when he's supposed to fight Khabib. He's moving up, champ versus champ, but he got sick the night before. That's a fight that got robbed. We got robbed of that fight, just like Khabib versus Tony Ferguson. We got robbed of that fight also. But yeah, that's Max Holloway. I just want to touch on him and his greatness at featherweight. It's a weight class I used to weigh back in 1973, but I gained a couple pounds. I don't weigh that less anymore. But Illia Topuria.
1973, my ass.
1973. I was 127 pounds one time. I used to fight.
You ain't been 127 pounds since you came out your mama's womb. I don't want to hear that.
I lost 3 pounds last week. I had diarrhea. Leave me alone. Anyways, but Illia Topuria. Okay, this man is on the rise. Tell me he wants to fight Conor. He wants to fight. He wants to fight me. He wants to fight just about everybody. He wants to move up to 155. Said he can submit Islam, which is ridiculous. You're not gonna be able to submit Islam Makhachev. And don't be talking spice like that when you're over in Abu Dhabi. Come on now. Remember where you read the room and know your surroundings when you talk crazy like that. But he's defending the belt for the first time after beating Alexander Volkanovski, who might be a little too long in the tooth for that weight division. But with him fighting Max, you know it's gonna be a barn burner. You know, he's only had 7 fights in the UFC.
Yes, you will.
4 of them have been either performance or fire the nights. Okay. So you know they're going to come to scrap. But the thing with Max is, even though he's 32 years old, he's been through a lot of head trauma. Pause. You know, some of y'all's wives been through a lot of head trauma, but it's a lot of head trauma, okay, or throat trauma, whatever you want to call it. I get sidetracked again. But the issue with Max Holloway. Where'd you get that? I like that one. I like that one. You shot pop for that one. That was a good one. But Max Holloway, you know, there comes a time when a fighter gets punched drunk. You know, you got your I ain't ready. I got your what was that? You got your got a little bit of an echo. Never mind, it's gone. We're good. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so you got your Chuck Liddells, your other fighters, things of that nature. You're good. Things of that nature. So whenever a fighter has fought too much, there's a time when age or their physical form kind of deteriorates, and for him it's going to be his head. Pause. You know, if he gets hit in the head too many times, he's probably going to go down. That stand-up warrior he had with Justin Gagey was great. It was great, but you can't be getting hit like that all the time, and you got to be smarter. So with that being said, now you can do it. With that being said,
clubs bangers. Clubs bangers.
Did you hear?
Max Holloway's getting submitted 4th round. I got him losing in the 4th round. Illia Topuria is going to defend the belt and win in Abu Dhabi. And I'm pretty sure he's going to call out Islam after he does it. That's what I'm seeing. I can see it. I can feel it. I can smell it.
Wow. Okay, so listen to the premonitions, my friends, as Broken Matt would say. Shout out to Hardy Brothers. So you have a Topuria submission in the 4th round, which is following a 3rd round submission by Chimaev over Whitaker. Yeah. Y'all, listen up. TKO. Make sure you get those bets in. You heard it here first from the foremost, after our good friend Daniel Cormier, foremost UFC expert Clubber D, the Combat G, third round submission or TKO for Chimaev over Whitaker, and a fourth round submission for Illia Topuria over Max Holloway, which would give him only his second time being finished, in his illustrious 13-year career.
Yep.
Wow.
And I want to do. I don't know if I should do a caveat because I honestly, to be honest with you, I can see Max Holloway winning this fight. But I'm not gonna hedge my bet. I think he's gonna lose this fight. And he's 5-3 in his last 8. But I don't know. Topuria, he's different to me. He's a different type of fighter. And I can see the Islam call out and fighting in Abu Dhabi where Islam's fought the last few times. It's the money right there is just too much. You know what I'm saying? I can see Dana White. I can see him putting a little something in Max Holloway's drink. Hey, bro, go down in the 4th round.
Whoa,
but if y'all look at it, the last pay-per-view, I was what was I like 5-2 or 4-2 or something like that? I think only had 2. 4-3. Who's the third one?
I don't know. It was something. It was like 4-2 or 4. It might be 4-2.
I only had 2. I remember 2. It was only two L's. 2 L's. So I've been doing pretty good. All right. If you don't believe me, ask your mother or on your wives. I don't like.
I mean, Instagram. It's on Instagram, so they can just go check themselves.
Everybody, if you're listening, all the 8 of y'all, go to the Instagram Ball and Buzz and see who I picked. Okay. All right. And if
leave
I'm
a
wrong,
comment, like it.
Yeah, leave a comment. If I'm wrong, kiss my ass. How about that? Yeah, go ahead, kiss it.
Oh man! All right. Well, thank you all again for tuning in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, like you said, at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. That is it for UFC MMA. We are now going to.
Oh no! Yeah. Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Sure.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I was just gonna say that we still have the fan mailbag left. And speaking of fans, shout out Sarah tuning in, giving us some good comments there as well. Shout out Amul. I'm not able to look at the Instagram while I'm doing this, brother, because I got so much going on. Yeah. Amul was trying to comment, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, bro. I can't pay attention to the Instagram because I got to make sure all the music is good and the comments and the sound effects and everything, and make sure that everything's good for setting up Clubber D. So I apologize. I missed all your comments, but he commented like 10 times on Instagram. We love you, bro.
Oh, shout out to Amul. That's a good dude right there. That's a real good dude, man. Amul's an awesome guy. I met him through Omar. Yes. And Sarah, everybody check out Come As You Are podcast. Check those lovely ladies out. They talk about life and how some of you fellas cannot be dusty. So check out Come As You Are podcast.
Yeah, and as mentioned earlier, Clubber D said, shout out to the No Excuse event he went to. I shouted out the Country Box. Well, there you go. The reason I go to Country Box is to go ahead and do interviews for these fine gentlemen at this establishment, Skywalker Boxing Media and Mo Boxing, no problem. So I've been doing interviews for them at that event. So shout out. Salute. Has the most horrible job ever in the world. I know he likes it, but I could never. Oh, no. You out your mind. All right. So before we get into the fan mailbag, because this is my question from the fan mailbag, so I'm just going to go first before the actual fans because I feel like it. Artur Beterbiev became the first undisputed light heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era with a victory over Dmitry Bivol, and this was not this past weekend, but the weekend before, so a week and a half ago, Saudi Arabia, 10 days ago to be exact. Beterbiev won. Beterbiev won 115, 113, 116, 112, and there was one tied scorecard, 114, 114. He is now the undisputed 4-belt light heavyweight champion. Entering the fight, he came in obviously undefeated. Bivol is the one that came in. Obviously, it wasn't right just now, but he's most known for his victory over Canelo Alvarez. Eddie Hearn had some things to say about this and about the scores of the fight, as most promoters are wont to do for their fighter because they want to protect their fighter, but the scores were close, very, very close. So What are your thoughts on this decision? Do you agree with the decision? And the question also follows: what is next for these fighters?
Well, this is the thing. One thing I didn't like is the new internet thing. The new trend is to say robbery for everything, and that's what I know when people actually watch boxing or haven't watched boxing. It's cool to like watch it now and kind of get into it, but you got to know what the hell a robbery is before you say robbery. Just because you hear one person say robbery, don't go with that trend. Okay. If you ever seen Pernell Whitaker against Julio Cesar Chavez, that's a robbery. If you ever seen Tim Bradley against Manny Pacquiao, that's a robbery. If you ever seen De La Hoya against Felix Sturm, those are robberies. This was a close fight that can go on either way. Okay. It could have been a draw. It could have been Bivol win. It could have been Beterbiev win. So it's not a robbery. So shout out to my man Tim over there, Skywalker. Controversial, but I feel like it's to me controversial has to be very, very like crazy stuff. Like controversial is Canelo getting a judge saying Canelo won the fight against Mayweather, with knowing he lost every round, but maybe he won, and that was a split decision. That's ridiculous. So for this fight, for me, I thought Beterbiev won by 1, possibly 2, because you cannot win by backpedaling. You can't. All right. Bivol fought a good fight, but you cannot win by doing this and walking backwards. You can't win like that. I'm sorry. No one's gonna let you win like that. They're doing it for the aggressor, instead of the pure boxer. And it's not like he was standing his ground sometimes, but he wouldn't stay standing his ground. He wouldn't do that. So that's why I gave it to Beterbiev. And also, this man fought after 4 months of having meniscus surgery. Okay, and they try to age him out. He's 39, about to be 40 years old. 20 up, 20 down. Now he's 21 and 20. Okay, so it is what it is. But yeah, I think go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. No, I was going to follow up. But what do you think is next? But I think that's where you were going. Sorry.
Yeah. So next, I feel like it has to be a rematch. I think they put out there that they're going to fight again 2025. Is there something in the water for some of these cats that are like Russian Muslims to where they fight once a year in UFC and in boxing? Because I swear on everything, I swear that Beterbiev fights once a year. Yes, he had the injury, I get that, but he fights once a year. I know Ramadan's coming up in I think March this year, but Islam fights like once a year. Hamzat Chimaev fights like once a year. Ankalaev fights like once a year. So there's something in their contract where they just fight once. I just don't get this, but whatever. That's another story. But yeah, so they're saying maybe next 2025, like December or November. Like, no, they can't.
Yeah, because I believe they said. Sorry to interrupt. I believe they said there's going to have interim fights in the meantime, like one interim fight each.
Well, the IBF was going to strip Beterbiev and let's give it to some Johnny McJohnson, whoever it is, somebody no one cares about, who wants to have his title shot, but he wants to do the immediate rematch. They said only way we won't strip you is if we get the immediate rematch. So Beterbiev has to fight Bivol next, unless it's just going to be a unified, because the IBF's going to strip that belt, which is just ridiculous. I mean, if he fights Johnny McDutton, whoever it is, he's going to get knocked out by Beterbiev. Nobody knows who or cares about who this guy is. So yeah, it's one of those things where the sanction bodies and the different belts are jumping in to kind of stop the people from getting to what we want to see. Just like you got Tyson Fury fighting Usyk in December, but that's unified because Du Bois is the IBF champion because they plucked that belt away already. So it's the way it is.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought I read at least a couple headlines after the fight that said that they were planning an interim fight each in between. But like you said, they're going to be Johnny McDittons that are just going to get blown away anyway. So yeah, thank you, thank you, Scott Walker, again for tuning in. Y'all make sure that you are subscribed at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. Everybody that's there right now, subscribe. If you're on TikTok, follow. If you're on Instagram, follow. Make sure you hit that like button because it helps us get out to more people, and we appreciate all of you following. And I appreciate you, Skywalker, for giving me that shout out. And we will continue to work together to try to boost up the boxing scene here in
my man Tim. That's the man right there.
With Clubber D over in the DMV area. So
I might slide down to Nashville. You never know.
Hey, Bajo just joined us on Instagram. I'm now going back and forth trying to check the comments.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, Bajo said, "What's up?"
My man Bajo down to 757. That man is going to be the next voiceover king. Give this man 8 months. Just watch. He's going to be reading books to y'all's children. You know, he do all the audio books. Okay, he might do a romance novel. So for some of y'all's wives, you better watch out. Okay, I might do a romance novel for some of y'all's wives. You know what I'm saying? While they taking a long ass shit, they're really listening to me. Just saying. Put that out there. They in the bathroom.
I was gonna make a Catch a Predator joke, but it's probably just not.
Let's not do that. We just talked about not being canceled. Let's not even. Let's no Josh Giddey this up. All right.
Josh. Wow. God bless. Happy NBA season, everybody. There are 10 games on tonight. So after we get out for here, oh, by the way, catch me next going to the bottom line. After these next 2 fan bag questions, you can find me at the bottom line. We're going to talk all the sports, including your NBA going on right now, including Clubber D's Suns going into the LA Clippers, opening their new arena tonight. Make sure you subscribe to Clubber D's TikTok at clubber.d. Let's move into the next fan mail.
Dances for those mamas.
Hey, let's move into the next fan. Let's move into the next fan mail question. Tim Zhu got knocked out. And so with that happening, with Crawford's indecision of who he's going to fight next, the Sheik, Al Sheik wanting him to fight Canelo, and all these different avenues. What is next? Or what is the state, rather, of the 154 division?
Well, as I take a sip of this lovely juice. So the 154 is all jacked up, kind of. You got one champion in Crawford. You got Sebastian Fundora fighting Earl Spence, but I don't know if that fight's up and down. It's going to happen, not happen. And then now you have Bakram, I'm not going to pronounce the last name, who just beat Tim Zhu. And mind you, Tim Zhu, I think he should move up, get out of the 154 division. That was a nasty knockout. I mean, that was like his corner should have stopped that before, because when he got hit and got up, like he was not defending the left hook. It was kind of like Devin Haney going against Ryan Garcia. Put your hand up, okay? Just stop. What are you doing? It was bad, and they threw in the towel. I don't know how those refs are, but that ref kind of they let them fight in Bingo Hall, but that ref let him get his butt whipped. It was pretty bad. But I think that we got Bakram as a champion. You have Crawford, and then you got Fundora that has 2 belts, and Fundora was supposed to get stripped of the WBO and give that to Crawford, but I don't know. I guess they negotiated something different. Crawford's training again. There's rumors about maybe he might leave his belt alone and just go up and fight Canelo if Canelo accepts that deal. There's also hinting of a Crawford versus Conor McGregor fight, which I wouldn't really care about. I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be mad about it.
I mean, that's just more for the mainstream Mark fans, basically.
Yeah, it's just, but I don't know if it's going to be MMA or boxing. That's the thing. It's Crawford has a wrestling background, but I just don't see him going to the UFC. And he's 30. You understand? Crawford's 37 years old. All right, so he's getting his big break late, which is a travesty in boxing because they let Earl Spence hide for that long. And he's trying to cash out, whether it be a fight with Conor, whether it be a fight with Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? He's really just trying to cash out, and he should. So that division is kind of it's in a weird state right now, because if the Earl Spence and Fundora fight does happen, and say Fundora wins, then you got Fundora with 2 belts. Is Al Haymon going to let him fight somebody from across the street? He's going to let him fight Crawford. Last time that happened, Earl Spence got dog walked. So where do we go? So me personally, if I was to guess a man, Bakram, he's on a tear right now. His last fight, he didn't look that great, but that was literally right after Ramadan. So you can't really judge fighters after Ramadan if they're a Muslim. So you saw him this fight, he knocks out Tim Zhu like it's nothing, like he owed him money. So for him, I think he should be fighting. I think if they want to really negotiate, I can see him fighting Virgil Ortiz. That'd be a good fight. I think Virgil Ortiz versus him would be a good fight. He's undefeated Mexican-American fighter. His last fight was controversial. He's knocked out everybody but one person that he's fought. So good up and comer. So I can see him fighting him at 154. Terrence Crawford, I'm saying right now, it's either going to be Conor McGregor
Oh,
or Canelo Alvarez.
oh, wow. Okay. So straight up, just going for the money, nothing else involved.
And they're going to announce that the weekend of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul on that Friday. They're going to announce that fight.
And I say that because you've said many times before that you don't think that Crawford stands much of a chance in that fight. So that's why I mentioned it being more of a money fight. But some people do think that he stands a chance. So we'll see if it even is announced, because they've been rumors of that forever and we still haven't seen it. So shout out to Middle Earth Warrior for that question out of Indonesia. We appreciate you. This next one comes
Lord
from
of the Rings?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, whoa, some prototype stuff over here. This next one comes from Belgium, which we're very, very high and
the waffles.
in Belgium. I didn't mean high, my bad, not like that, but I meant we're popular in Belgium. But this comes from the waffle eater ×2. Like, man, you must eat a lot of waffles. Regis Prograis was complaining about the drug testing. Can you tell us more about this controversy and about his fight next week?
It's Saturday.
That he has versus Jack Catterall.
Next week? Yeah. Well, his trainer, I interviewed his trainer with that's when Michaela Mayer came on with Tim from
Let's go.
Skywalker and 86 Boxing with man Papa Chunyayo. We interviewed the trainer a couple weeks ago, prior to the Michaela Mayer fight when she won the belt. She popped in on the interview, which is awesome. So I like Regis. He's from Regis Prograis from the boot. He's from New Orleans, kind of near where my dad's from. But the thing about it, he complained about the drug testing. Okay, his last fight was against Devin Haney when Devin Haney beat him. When Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia, Regis made a comment about it doesn't matter. I mean, don't phrase me on this, but basically, it doesn't matter what up, Jake? Doesn't matter what's in the system. It's really the fighter. So if you're going to say that, then you're basically condoning that type of activity using PEDs to win. So if that's the case, why are you complaining about not getting drug tested? If you got drug tested 6 times against Devin Haney and you haven't been drug tested but maybe once against your upcoming fight against Jack Catterall, and saying, I don't know what he has in his system, things of that. I know you're a clean fighter, but you don't know what he has in his system. But if another fighter you just fought somebody with stuff in the system, and you're saying that whatever's in the system doesn't matter, then why the hell are you even complaining? That's my only issue with that. I still like Regis Prograis. He's a good fighter to me, a real good fighter to me. I thought he beat Jack Taylor overseas, and hopefully he rights that wrong and fights Catterall over there, and gets that dub over in the UK. But it's kind of one of those things where it comes to PEDs and boxing. We all know the sport is hella dirty, but you can't shame one fighter for getting mad at someone for using PEDs, and then you get in the same situation, and then you're like, what's going on? If you don't care one way, you don't care all the way. So you'll fight anybody juiced up to the gills. You know what I mean? So that's my thought on that. It's Regis Prograis, great fighter, but just don't complain one way and just want to have it another way. Okay, this ain't Bird King. You are muted, sir.
Oh, I muted myself. I muted myself there. Yeah, like I was just saying, this ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way, sucker, but we give it to you your way here at Ball and Buds. Pause all day, but do not pause before you actually scan that QR code up at the right. Look at that top right up there. You see that? That's a QR code. You scan that. You get to Clubber D's TikTok. You get to the Ball and Buds YouTube. You get to the Ball and Buds Instagram, the Twitter, all of it. So go, subscribe, follow, wherever you're at now. Subscribe, follow, hit that like button, share so your boys get the props and that we deserve, and everybody can hear our beautiful angelic voices. So hit that QR code as well. Make sure you subscribe. Shout out to everybody that is tuned in today. Everybody's sitting there with us in the comments. This was a wonderful show. I know Clubber D was amping up because it's been a few weeks that I took a little sabbatical. He was amping up, trying to give you that UFC and boxing news. That being said, now that I am back, we are going to come back again either next week or the week after. We'll figure it out and let you know. But we'll be back with another show. So make sure you subscribe again at Clubber D's TikTok, clubber.d, at Ball and Buds on YouTube, and follow on Instagram. Any last thoughts, my friend, before we close this bad boy out?
Before we go, check out one of our friends of the show, David Dufour. He started a new show with the Athletic.
Oh,
Morning show, a little morning It's on the Athletic, a morning podcast show talking about basketball and all that good stuff. And we got to reach out to him because, basketball season has started. And also, we need Weeby back because the World Series are upon us pretty soon. We need to do that round table again. Throwing that out there, but you guys will see you soon.
I love that idea. I think we will do that idea because we had a great, hilarious time last time. And yes, as Clubber D said, make sure if you all are fans of The Athletic, I personally am a subscriber to The Athletic because I love their content. But he actually is leading their NBA coverage and is doing, as Clubber D said, their new podcast. That's crazy. Dude, we used to hang out. Well, we still hang out with him. We just saw him last year.
He's big time in LA right now. He's big time in LA.
Yeah. But somebody we've known for so long, just doing it so big. So we love that. Francis Long, we love you. You're doing it big out there with the WWF. And everybody who's doing it big, we love you. Anything else? Shout out Country Box, shout out Skywalker, shout out No Excuse. Right?
So, No Excuse Promotions. My man Urban Sports Ray, Wale.
Didn't you say somebody was fighting Tank or something?
Yeah, Lamont Roach Jr. He's fighting Tank. Yeah, he's fighting Tank.
You said that earlier.
No Excuses. Yeah, his dad runs. His dad runs it. Lamont Roach Sr. runs that. So he's fighting Tank. We'll hopefully get some interviews lined up. We'll talk to Josh. We'll talk about some of the fighters that fought on that fight card. But yeah, we're just gonna go up. Just like that.
Thank you on No Excuse as well for having Ball and Buds treating Clubber D out there. I saw he had his own table and everything, so that was real official, like a referee with a whistle. So I like that. That made me pop. So thank you for having us there. And again, make sure y'all stay subscribed to Ball and Buds. You'll see us next week. Now find me on the Bottom Line Sports. And hey, man, Clubber D might join us. I don't know if he wants to. He's more than welcome.
Never know.
But he might come too. But catch us and watch it. What if I said I got lost and I like showed up 15 minutes later, even though all I have to do is go on the same account? Hilarious.
Yeah,
lost, all right. Well, subscribe at the Bottom Line Sports, but more importantly, Ball and Buds. Not more importantly, but Ball and Buds as well. We love you and we thank you for tuning in. Clubber D, the Combat Team, the sports. Sign us out. The sports professor here. Sign us out, Clubber D.
Hey, tune in. Check us out. If you didn't catch it this time, check us the next time. But just check us out. Period. We out. Like your hair.
He's with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat close. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will go. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools, anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best, and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clubber D, the Combat G, and the sports professor.